Mm. Right. So it's Saturday morning, and I'm gonna drink my coffee tea in the morning.
All right. Good for you. Me only I make sure so me turn up for my black job. That's
Hi.
before I not take on my black job over there. So
Well,
just make sure we turn up. But
you
it
know,
was
look,
a good week. Quite a week in Leo.
look like Trump will win again.
Mm. Then we should have probably pop a champagne on that. Um, Leo, why did they give the guy in the 100 meter the green card?
I haven't watched it yet. Which one of the
Oh,
guys?
our Jamaican 100 meter world's fastest man. Them give him a card this morning.
I could look on it now. I'll look at it.
You
Look,
know,
look at it.
we have to go look on it a little later, but me no know when them give him card. He must have did a laugh too much.
So it wasn't on the start.
No, somebody false start, and I think it just kind of throw everybody out. Um, and they were just doing my take on it is that they were just trying to find ways to compose themselves. Um, and he was trying to compose himself, I take it, and you don't know, must he laugh too much.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know if he must bad mouthing nobody. You don't know. But you know, we take everything for joke sometime too much. So
we
it's
we
one of
can
those things.
watch the race. Them are easy if it come in now. And I like
Oh,
and I like once upon a time where we can watch the race. Then we can bring them in. Let me see if we can bring in
okay.
Shelley and race real quickly and see
No,
what.
Jalan race is not a problem. Bring in the race so we're talking about.
Oh, the Kishian
The
one.
100, yes, the
All
100
right.
meter.
So let me look to
100
see if we
meter.
can find it now, and then I'll bring the Kishian one in. Uh,
Mm, yes, the
all
100
right.
meter. All right, and let me see. We have to share this link so
No, no,
that
you did if you share the thing on your thing, it looked like you shared on your thing last week. Why don't you do it again? I didn't know it was yours.
okay.
Somebody Aaron Brown disqualified after a false start in the men's 100, the 8-1. Is that the one?
That's her name, one funny name, one Great Britain man. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me put in. Okay, so was he?
Morning, Miss Paulette Chambers. Bright and early. Good morning, Dr. Diana and Leo. Thank you so much. Yes, I tell her, I said, Miss Anwell. I
So,
forgot to send
oh,
chicken soup for Michelle. For everybody knows that she can't do the cooking.
oh, I wonder what kind of soup you give people who have
Flu.
flu. What kind
Chicken
of soup
soup.
again?
Chicken
Chicken?
soup.
Oh, a
But
chicken
we'd have
soup.
forgot send it go girl for she and the kitchen part, then I line up so good.
She need to have a better relationship with
With our pattern.
our neighbor them, our neighbor them.
But who says her neighbor them can cook? Poor Michelle. I don't like she live in a one Jamaican community where she could have always just
So
cough
we
and
are tell me
somebody
say,
or cough
we are
and
tell me
send some
say,
soup there.
you can't wait. Let me say you can't have a neighbor who can do some Chinese soup or Chinese soup, the ramen thing,
Then
and say
Mitch
I
no
can
can
get.
do that. Anybody can do that. Let me tell you, anybody
Ah,
can make ramen soup.
me no know. Miss says she can cook, so
Mitch will be fine. She must have one takeout what they call DoorDash man. We go pick up
Okay,
some things.
all right, all right, all
Or she
right.
probably soon come here and come cuss. We say, oh, she busy a slave over a pot and a cook and we there a bad mouth her. Oh my God.
All right. So let me see. Shane.
Anybody see the
Shane.
race and you can tell me why them give him the card this morning? We never understand why he give the card this morning.
Well, we are supposed to be experts, you know that, right? Because I mean, put on the thing, so we are experts. So I understand why you wouldn't know. You're supposed to know them kind of thing there. Me put say we are going to be giving play by play on the thing this morning, so we can't tell
Oh
the people them
really?
lie. Yeah, you can't go tell the
Well,
people them lie.
well, I must see you know how that I go go. I mean, I know nothing about them. Let's up for do. All right, so I think I shared it. Paulette says Michelle is a trooper. She will manage. Yes, she will manage.
All right.
She will manage. Figure out the road. Goodbye. Yes.
All right.
Well.
So let me bring it in.
Yes.
All right, there we go. This is I don't think it's the NBC version, but I'm going to share this right now, and then let's see the race. At least the race. I don't know if we're going to be able to see what caused that thing, and thing. But here we go.
I not see nothing.
No, it's going to come.
Never see the part before that.
Yeah.
No, another part that you need. We want to see. He's gone good though. I look like he slowed down, so.
Slow down. No.
How about the other one then? Come in, what's the other one then? The other one in a yellow.
Is that civil next to him? No, it wouldn't be.
Oh, Civil was in a separate race.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Okay, so let me see if I can. Well, I'll keep searching while we talk to see if I can find why they this thing. They disqualified.
Right, I won't cut my video just for a minute.
If you see it, you can send it to me and I'll share it.
And I'll look fit, so I'm not gonna sit.
And I look. Okay. All right. Well. All right.
Anyway,
morning, Dianne. How you do?
Yes, and not too bad. Whole heap of things to talk about. Why I catch up in a little corner around here? So when I look on this,
you still look cute, man. You still look cute. It's all right.
No, but you have me in a little corner. I don't want to be.
Okay. That's really.
I want to be equal.
All right. Let me see. That you want to see?
No, me see. You have me in a little corner over here. So like,
supposed to share. I shifted it.
Yes.
You better know, right?
Perfect.
All right.
I'm feel equal. Paulette says Michelle is a trooper. She'll manage. Yes. Michael Tomlinson says, morning, folks. Morning, Michael. Michael, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Everything is okay? Are you okay? Why have you been missing for so long? Paulette says, I love your new platform. Yes, Paulette, it
ball out.
Yes, it a go on. It a go on good. But there's so much to talk about this morning, and I wanted to also catch up with some of the news. We started off, we had Emancipation Day during this week. That was August 1. I don't know if anybody even know the history behind the August 1 and Emancipation Day and why we do it. We have the historic Americans released in prisoner swap. We have Trump who go to an interview with the black journalists. We have Forestry Department claiming that in Cockpit. Where you want me to start, Leo? For enough things to talk about.
I like the Cockpit one. I like the Cockpit one because
you like the Cockpit.
Certain about that joke around it that maybe it's not joke.
So let me tell you all a story before we get into this.
All right.
So when I was much younger, a few years ago, when I was much younger, there's a couple who, there's always some contention in the family about who cheating with who cheating, who come in late, who not come in late. So this one morning, the husband comes in and the wife not in. So he decides to go back out to go see if him can find where she there. So he might go shame her off and thing. But anyway, so he goes out. When he goes out and comes back, when he goes out, she comes in. She drives in just in between.
What time of the night that? What time of the night that? What time of the night?
Early in the morning. This is early in the morning. This is like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
And him go look for her, right?
So him come in and realize that she's not there. So him figure say, all right, I'm gonna go away and probably thinks that she there. But when him gone for go check wherever him thinks that she there, she get home. So this is like a little bit before not quite dawn, but
crack of dawn. All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, crack of dawn.
Crack of dawn, yes.
Yeah.
So she get home and she's on the veranda and him driving, and when she driving, she start to curse him. Oh, him boy, what list them hours at night, morning him a coming. Oh, from where him a come from, him
Hold on
all.
there. But she go get born before.
But anyway, so all that we in the community hearing is she cussing him out bad and cussing him,
Yes,
cheating
yes.
on her, and being such a wicked man. And of course, you empathize with her because what a wicked man.
Yeah,
Until
you hear that young
right,
here,
because
he
that's
are
all
bad.
you hearing. You
Yeah,
only hearing she
poor
complaining
man.
and cussing him out. And yeah, cuss him under your breath to fire say, yes, me did see him down and so and so. Everybody can empathize with her. And then a couple days later, the helper tells the rest of the story. And he said, oh my gosh. So that was what the story was. She was just coming in, but she catch him, she play a card on him.
And the man, knowing all the man is him concerned and go look for his wife.
But him just
When she
coming
start
in too.
when she
Hey.
start, or when she listen me, when she start cause holy bad word and thing and make up and him just calm and say, you know what, let me just shut my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yes, in
That's
calm
what it
and
is.
easy and lapping tail and going, and
And
everybody say,
laughing
yes, man, cuss him all what listen, can't even say nothing.
Diana,
That
what
is
that have
what
to
you
do with what
see.
that have to do with the story this one? The stories
Well,
where
that has I put that out there for you all to put it within context when I
okay.
read the story. So I'm going to read a story
Okay.
that says illegal timber harvesting operation disrupted in Cockpit country. The
Oh,
Forest Department disrupted an illegal logging operation on Friday, July 26th, and was impeded by in conducting its lawful duties by more than 200 community members and the illegal loggers. And I'm reading from the Forestry Department's latest news site.
right.
It says, we aim to provide an accurate account of the events and address the misleading and false narrative circulating on social media. Over the last 5 years, it is the Forestry Department that has facilitated the declaration of the Cockpit Country Protected Area, managed some 122,573 hectares of forest reserves, and planted more than 2.9 million trees. It is the forest protection and sustainable management that is the mandate of the agency, and any assertion to the contrary is false. All right.
Diana, so that, hold on, Diana, what you are say in analogy, the
Uh,
forestry department is the woman,
the forestry department.
is the woman,
I
and
don't know who the forestry department is, if it's the husband or the wife. Me don't know if it's the husband or the wife is the
but
forestry
whomever make the
department.
noise, whomever squeal first
All
is the
right.
wife.
Exactly.
All
But
right, all right.
somebody squeal loud and then them come around and say it.
It's because subsequent to that,
Mm-hmm.
I would, me and my own thing,
Mm-hmm.
said to myself, I saw that narrative that the forest department put out,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that that there's illegal lumbering or
Mm-hmm.
harvesting, right? Lumber
Mm-hmm.
harvesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But them a take up the wood them and a carry it out of the forest. Me not understand if
Right.
it
But
is
then
an illegal act.
mm-hmm.
Why is it that they remove the evidence?
But
Me not get that part.
you hear what me say? The husband and the wife are both cheating. But is who squeal first or
Yes,
who squeal loudest?
because to be honest with you,
Yeah.
if you as a government agency would
Mm-hmm.
come and noted that there is harvesting being done,
Mm-hmm.
right, illegal,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then the
Mm-hmm.
first thing you do would to call the police, not to pick up the log,
Mm-hmm.
but to
Mm-hmm.
cordon off the areas
Mm-hmm.
and do some fingerprinting and some footprinting and all of
Mm-hmm.
them something there. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that up to this day that it took place that those and then 3 days later, then say that them are doing investigation, but them already take away the evidence.
But this is just me tell you, Leo.
Man.
You're too logical. Oh, you're so logical. You're so logical and have expectations that the average, the competent in the society or the other society that only live and work in would do, because it says on the afternoon of July 25th, forest rangers from the agency identified an extensive illegal timber harvesting operation.
Extensive.
Extensive.
Enough money
Upon
that
receiving this report, the agency dispatched a team on the morning of July to seize the illegal
this
harvest timber.
is the illegal.
It's on
Why
their
would
website, their website. Where it is It
why
was
would they
reported,
seize
then I
it?
said, for conduct the interview, it was
No,
reported that at approximately 7 a.m., a truck loaded with lumber was seen leaving the area before their arrival.
to seize the property. Why are you seizing the property? The property is supposed to be evidence.
Mhm.
You cannot have people that trample up all over it. Don't seize it, cordon it off, and take so that when you go to court, this is one more conviction that will be added to the 11% that's there.
Mhm.
Something is wrong with that. I must
Well,
tell you.
anyway, they spent the day loading up a 3-ton truck with 150 pieces, and then they weren't allowed to leave according to their website, so they contacted head office, and a secondary team was dispatched, coordinated with the police for their release. Around 10 p.m., the secondary team, along with 8 police officers this is 10 p.m., this is from 7 a.m., them down there, and 10 p.m. now is when the police is coming with another
After they
team
don't take away all the truck or something already.
to clear them. Anyway,
And then send
so
the
that's the
police,
story.
and then send the soldier, and then send whatever.
Yes, they
All
said they
kind of stuff.
forced the fire brigade, all state officers and equipment were
Oh
eventually
my God.
retrieved
And everybody just got trampled up on the
on the
evidence.
evidence. So perhaps it raised the question as to process and policies and procedures. Did these officers understand that if there's an illegal operation, evidence is you
It's
can't tamper with the
primary.
evidence.
Yeah, it's
You can't
primary because then
tamper.
the chief come and say, "I thief them, I thief it, I thief them, I thief it." You know, remember that?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
thief them. Them
Yeah,
the government. What the government that do with lumber? What I thief them, I thief
what
it.
forestry department I
God.
take up a lumber with them a go with it. And these are the things. So which is it, the husband or the wife?
Yeah, man. The chicken or the egg. it's, it's
Oh my
really
gosh.
frustrating
Teresa
because
Townsend says good morning. Good morning, Teresa. Teresa, how you do? Leo,
it's
did you share it on your page so people know that we're
yeah,
on?
man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
It speaks to Diana. The whole problem that we have with our court system, because the court throws out a lot of cases because they have no evidence at all. The police bring the case and said this happened, but there's no evidence behind it for the court to go through and say yes, this one are guilty, that the one the innocent. They don't have no evidence at all, and that's the problem. They talk about clear up case versus conviction, well, clear up rate versus conviction rate. Clear up rate includes no evidence cases that have no evidence at all. So then just clear it up and throw it out of court because the judge said there's no evidence. But that does not reflect what the true conviction rate is that used for deterrence in the country. Conviction is what the country uses to determine whether or not you're going to commit a crime. So the fact that they went out and mess up the evidence, move it, trample it, they not have nothing for Kaga court. So they will only tell you that, oh, we started an investigation 3 days after them already removed the thing. That just don't make any sense to me. That's the problem. That's the problem.
I don't know. Suppose in time we'll learn. But as you talk about court cases and court matters, on Emancipation Day, there was some persons who were totally emancipated the day before. I mean, they were celebrating emancipation in its truest sense, on Emancipation Day.
You're wicked.
But it's true. The August 1.
Emancipation 2024 was Emancipation Day. Was the real Emancipation Day.
Well, I think some people were saying just that, Leo, that emancipation. I mean, but what is Emancipation Day? Make us go back and look at it. The start of August marks one of the most significant events in Caribbean history. English-speaking countries across the Caribbean commemorate the end of centuries of oppression. August 1, 1834 marked the abolition of slavery in the former British Empire. Many consider the date to be the birth of the Caribbean, and I like that analogy, which is usually celebrated on the first of the month. Emancipation Day was first celebrated after the British Parliament passed the Slave Emancipation Act in 1833, banning its policy of enslaving and transporting slaves. Um, and it is today this historic moment is commemorated in Britain's former colonies in the Caribbean and in Canada. Did you celebrate Emancipation Day, Leo? Is that a public holiday for you in Canada?
No,
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 it's not.
yeah, not. It's not in America or Canada.
Okay.
But
But I'm not sure because Canada did have the same problem as us. Um,
but
but
I don't think so.
oh,
I don't
no,
I don't.
but they were a British colony at the time, and slavery was abolished at that time as well.
Yeah, but
Um,
I don't think it had a lot of black black slaves.
okay.
America had a lot of black slaves.
But they
But
weren't a thing, so they wouldn't.
right,
It wouldn't have
but
impacted them.
it's important to note though that there's a difference between abolition and emancipation.
Mm-hmm.
So abolition you
Mm-hmm.
talked about in 1833, 34, when when they made it illegal for the transportation and selling of slaves. But
Mm-hmm.
slaves were not yet free.
Mm-hmm.
So emancipation is when the slaves themselves became
Mm-hmm.
free from their owners.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important because um, even though slavery in itself as an industry was abolished, people still owned slaves and still enacted, and the slavery thing still continued until
Mm-hmm.
emancipation. So it's important that we know the difference. That emancipation is more is better for an individual than abolition, but abolition is what started the emancipation process.
Right, but you're quite right. You couldn't have had an emancipation without an abolition of the act.
Right.
So I think that it was really momentous
Yes.
for the
Huge.
for the slaves and for black people for black people. You know that their black jobs they didn't have to do anymore.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
um,
And then have to get beaten anymore.
well, nobody had any right to beat them. I think we still continue to get beaten, but but
but, but
the right.
someone made a point a couple of weeks ago, maybe last week or the week before,
Uh-huh.
about where police started,
Mhm.
and throughout slavery, um, they started something that they called the watchmen, or they called the beginning of policing, where police was set up to go bring back slaves who had run away from from their slave owners, and
Mm,
they were paid money, or they
mm,
were given reduced taxes, or they given rum. So it
mm,
wasn't anybody at all who they didn't have any system of employment. Whomever wasn't doing anything, and whichever white man wasn't doing anything, they were the plantation owners paid them to go out and pick up slavery and then beat them to a pulp before they bring them back
mhm,
to the slave owners. That's where policing started. It
mhm,
became more a professional, not professional, but more organized back in like 1829,
mhm,
1830, where this guy in England put some rules together for policing. But
mhm,
policing actually started somewhere there, and but it doesn't necessarily mean that that was the right the right type of policing that we are accustomed to knowing, where policing is professional and with ethics and stuff, and with rules and laws. They didn't have back then. Anybody could beat anybody, and they say them a police.
everybody I beat everybody nowadays still some of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, you're right.
If we advance, if we move any which way.
But now we can take them to court, and we can make them become, and they are punishable. What if they have misconducts?
You then continue to beat you.
Yeah, they beat you publicly. Public means on camera. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Gavan says, happy Saturday, everyone. Happy to have you, Gavan. Thank you so much for being here. Um, good afternoon, says Omar Lafayette. Uh, Clearly, Omar must be over in Europe or somewhere on that side, that neck of the woods, for it to be afternoon. But good to have you. Good to hear you.
Karen,
Michael,
Karen Rowe
Omar.
is on YouTube.
Okay.
Morning, Karen.
Michael Tomlinson says policing is about the protection of property. Michael, you come back here with policing is the protection of property. You go on. You go on about policing is the protection
Teresa
of property.
Townsend. Good morning to you, Teresa. Good, who this Michael? Okay. So Teresa Townsend. Good morning to you.
Right. I read the comments that are on Facebook because I can respond in there. The new platform don't allow me to type replies to the
You
comments.
can do. You can
You
do.
can?
As I can say, yeah, man. Look at the bottom. You'll see an R at the bottom right hand corner. I can say hello. There it is.
I don't see no R
I,
per map.
you see me say hello? Oh, it says
No.
can't post message to some channels. Oh, so some. Oh, it's saying that it's not all the channels that we can do. Okay.
Right.
All right. It's only. It can only go to.
Right. So that's why I stay on Facebook so I can respond to them in Jamaica. So
Yes.
we
Okay.
see you said Jamaicans that come hello, hello, and I can
Yes.
like
Yes.
it and I can reply and say
Right.
hello to your mother too.
Yeah.
Um,
Remember that. Remember that. You have to go. You have to go dreamer.
no, she better dream with. She need to dream with. Give me some ticket, you know. She say we need some ticket, you know. Oh my God. But
Okay.
I'll go to the story that took us off track on emancipation. Whilst we recognize and celebrate emancipation, the real story is that, and it's the St. Vincent Times that I'm reading from, dated July 31st. Vybz Kartel walks free. Court rules against retrial. Fans celebrate. Dancehall star Vybz Kartel has been released from prison after serving nearly 13 years for a murder conviction. The Court of Appeal ruled against a retrial, citing various factors, including juror misconduct and the declining health of the artist. Cartel's release has sparked jubilation among his fans and supporters. Key takeaways. One, Vybz Kartel, and this is I continue to read from the St. Vincent Times. Vybz Kartel, along with co-accused, freed after 13 years in prison. Two, Court of Appeal ruled against a retrial due to jury misconduct and other factors. Three, Cartel's release has been met with widespread celebration. And then they went into the Court of Appeal decision. They looked at the juror misconduct. Then they looked at the public reaction and the legal perspectives, future implications, and conclusion. Now, let me tell you, this is a newspaper in Liquor St. Vincent, and this is how they are putting together an article. Not me talking about the subtitles, no, them have it. So, under the court decision, they said the Court of the Appeal, led by Justice Marva McDonald Bishop, ruled unanimously to free Vybz Kartel and his accused, Sean Storm Campbell, Andre St. John, and Kahari Jones. The decision was influenced by several factors, including the unavailability of witness and trial exhibits, as well as Cartel's declining health. The court noted that the prosecution failed to adequately account for the availability of its witnesses and that many trial exhibits were either unavailable or could not be accounted for. Additionally, the extensive resources already utilized during the initial trial were considered a significant burden on the justice system. Leo, when you talk about going back to the cockpit country, the unavailability of witness and risk thing, is this you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
That's a big thing.
okay. The exhibits, the trial
Because
exhibits.
because only 14 of 17
Uh-huh.
persons they could find or evidence that they could verify. And it's
Okay.
unfortunate because if you think about it, you had a trial in
Mhm.
2014. It's a big trial. It's a humongous trial, not just locally, not just nationally, but internationally. right?
Mm-hmm.
And then between 2014 and 2024, you know that there's going to be appeals. He has enough money to go to the Privy Council. How is it that we are going to lose evidence? How is it that you can't verify that these things still exist? This was a big play on the decision and the decisions of the justices. You can't say, oh, you're retry without evidence, without the main key evidence. You can't retry. Oh, you're going to retry. That person is not going to get a fair trial. And so I know that was one of the big problems with this appeals decision.
So anyway, Kartel out now. And
I think that people are taking this the wrong way. And I know it's popularity, but
why you said I'm taking it the wrong way? People are excited. People are happy.
Yeah, but I don't think Kartel was free because he wasn't guilty.
Well, we're not really focused down here on reasons.
I care because I have to look
at. Tell us that we're not really focused down here on reasons, except when you go a party and them a play Wind and Fire reasons. Nobody, we not reason.
We need to look back into our history and look at all of the abolition and the emancipation and all the beating that we get over the years and all the people who got jail and get hung for the wrong reason. That is why this is important. I don't, if Kartel is innocent, me no know. If Kartel is guilty, me no know. What is important to me is that the justices considered the Privy Council rule where they said that where they push back on this because the judge in the original trial did wrong by allowing the trial to go forth without the proper evidence, without considering, well, they did consider, for considering that juror should be removed and the case should be thrown out. That was a big decision that was made in the court. And so from 2014, that case should have been retried so that it wouldn't cost the state that amount of money to go through an entire trial, to go through appeals, to go through to the Privy Council, and then another appeal. That's a lot of money, whole heap of money. And so what they're saying is that you should have caught this from day one. And let me go a little bit further. If it were you who was in, if I'm you, Dianna, who in dark court, you would want, even if you're guilty, to have had a fair trial. Anybody would want to have a fair trial, a fair justice system put together so that you get, if you have got good time, you get the right amount of time equal to your go ahead.
Are you suggesting that the system failed from earlier to take the appropriate steps to ensure justice?
That's where I am. That's exactly where I am, because your constitutional right was taken away. And you have a constitutional right to get to a fair trial. And there's no way at all at even this point that he could get a fair trial going into a retrial.
Okay, so you're saying that it's not that he never had a fair trial in the initial go around, but now that they have pushed it back to us down here because we don't have all the documentation and all the witnesses, he wouldn't get a fair trial.
He would not get a fair trial.
Pieces to put in the place.
And I think that weighed heavily on the justices, because they're saying, one, he would not get a fair trial if you allow him to go and sit down for another 2 years before you give him a trial date, or able to go back to trial. Because the justices looked at a couple of cases that went to appeals, and they won the appeals, one in 2023, one in 2022, and one in 2023, and they still don't have a trial date yet. So they're saying, based on that information, he is not going to get another trial for the next 2 years or so.
Okay, so the concern, and I just want to be clear that
Yeah.
the overwhelming position is not saying that something went awry initially. It's
Right.
just that now that it has come back,
He can't
with
get
all
it.
other things stacking against the justice system,
Yes.
the timeline for another retrial, the
Yes.
absence of resource, the consumption of resources to have taken it this far, we might
Yes.
as well just make him go on. Me
Yes.
not care how you want to look on it, Leo. Me not care what for your reason be. Kartel free, and Kartel is a free man, and dance I go keep,
Dance I go keep.
beat I go party, dance dance we say Kartel world boss, rest. Take that. You better catch up with the people that come into here. So you can't sit down there because you not got no dance. Now me see me I go dance. Vibes, me say champagne when me sit down in my little VIP. In fact, for me club section I go be VIP.
He's not only free, you know. Yeah,
Mhm.
you have to put that into perspective. He's not
He
only
free.
free. He's not only free. He not just get free from jail.
He free.
He has no case against him. He is innocent, and it's as if he did not go to jail, as if he did not go to trial, as if no police pick him up. He is right where he was in 2009.
Leo, don't talk foolishness.
I'm
Because
telling you,
you can't go spend 13 years in Her Majesty convenience
it's
and tell
as
me
if
say you don't have no conviction.
he
Unless
does not have
somebody
any.
going for, well, if
If
you don't have none, somebody in a trouble
I'll
again.
tell you this, that if anybody in the public domain
Uh-huh.
who, let's say someone, a minister,
Uh-huh.
calls him a convict,
Uh-huh.
he'll sue the government for the rest of it and take away all of the money.
But at this rate, he can sue the government for not have no
He
conviction.
will, and he should. He should. But I'm saying, if
Uh-huh.
anybody calls him a convict, because he's
No,
not,
but
he's a free world boss as if he'd never been tried or been found guilty. He is absolutely like you and every normal person who never had a misfortune with the police.
so come on.
I'm
So
telling you.
when we can call him jailbird then? So you
No,
can't
you
refer
cannot.
to him as no
You
jailbird.
cannot,
But
because
in the
he
what
was
jail?
never in prison. He was never in prison. Okay, so the acquittal didn't say.
Yes, hold on, Leon. Hold on. For you sound like some people in America who want to rewrite the history. The man
Okay,
got jail.
no, okay, I am saying it's as if he did not go to jail.
So we pretend.
So you cannot say he is not guilty. He is
I no have none
innocent.
to guilty of.
He is innocent. There's a difference between not guilty and innocent. When you say you're not guilty, the court finds you based on the evidence that you're not guilty. But this one is that he's innocent. As far as he's concerned, all slates wiped clean. They have to throw
All
out
right.
everything.
Hold on, Leo. Let me read
All
up.
right.
The people them, this is a call for drink a little coffee.
Let me drink some.
Juliet says, "Good morning, everyone. Happy Independence Weekend. Had to search to find Leo. No notification at all. Here and accounted for. Welcome, Miss Juliet. How is your mom? Happy that you're here and accounted for." Arlene says, "Good morning, my beloved." So, no, she late. Oh, she says she kind of late. You know how Jamaican people never say they're late, they're just kind of late. Kind of late. We did a practice for the 100 because my namesake free up a spot. So because Sherika the running night, she thinks that she have the competence. All right, girl. When she say you come, that means you never make it. Kathleen Denton says, "Which government was in power when this trial was going on? I have no clue." Jessica, but we find out. We can just Google it.
The PNP was in power.
Oh, the People's National Party, Kathleen. Jesse Smith says, "Good morning, Leo and Dr. Diana." Good morning, Miss Jessie. Miss Jessie, how is Mr. Smith doing? Petal Philip Shaw says, "Good morning, God." Leo, why do people them say that them don't get no notice? No, you're supposed to fix the notification something.
Boy, I don't know what happened. Me don't know. Maybe me not do it right.
Clearly. Petal Philip Shaw said, "Good morning. God bless you on this blessed Lord's Day." Yes. Yes, they should do what needs to be done so that it's proven guilty or innocent. Fair trial is important. All right, Miss Petal, shall I read up right? Lorna, she's here. She says, "Thank Leo. The prosecutor threw away the case. They tried to make him so guilty they compromised the case. They
They
can't
over,
try
yes,
him over. I'm
yes,
not really saying he wasn't guilty.
yes,
Well,
yes.
Leo says that he didn't have a case against him, so he can't be guilty, so he's innocent.
He's completely innocent.
Arlene says the taxpayers are going to pay for this when he sued the government. Them
Absolutely.
rush, and now we all have to go get crushed. Arlene, I was 2 days ago. Arlene,
Well,
tell
listen,
them where you come from. Wicked. The taxpayers are going to
Mel,
pay for this when you sue the government. Them rush, and now we all go get crushed.
poetry in motion. Poetry in motion.
Pottinger Melvi. Who named Pottinger
Melvin,
Melvi?
Melvin Pottinger,
Oh,
good friend of mine. Good morning,
okay,
Melvin.
Mr. Pottinger, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. And say good morning, everybody. Hey, what are we there?
Okay, so I think Lana made up a thing saying that they can't retry, and I did a lot of research and couldn't find that thing whether if he were tried once can he be tried again, and
Mm,
and I was listening to the justice who was reading the ruling the other day and found
mm,
that it would have been double jeopardy, that Jamaica does have a ruling on double jeopardy. However,
mm.
when such ruling comes down, it's still up to the appellate court to make that decision whether or not it can be retried. So they do
Okay.
have a double jeopardy law. That means if you were convicted of a crime and
Mm,
you appeal it and you got acquitted, the acquittal
mm.
is not automatic. It is still the appellate court still have to make that decision. So yeah,
Yeah, you lost me from that a long time, but me understand what you say. Anthony Scope says free after all. Yes, Anthony, free after all of this, then free. Don't free already and dance I go keep, and we still can't afford it, but we're gonna go. And see what o'clock has strike down there. So that's it on the side of Jamaica. What else have we
no.
got?
There's something else on it because he's sick.
Oh yes, and he's sick in
Because
not doing so well. But he can get better now.
because we see him drink liquor. Every time we see him, I
Oh,
want
then
back
you
of
have to
liquor.
drink liquor when you don't feel good. You know, drink liquor to make your stomach feel better. So then drink a liquor,
He
liquor.
might
And,
drink one whole a buckle too. Me see about 3 different buckle in a picture with him.
well,
Wine and champagne. Jesus. And he has, based on what I've read so far, he has something that's called Graves' disease. And Graves' disease
okay.
can make your eye pluck out a little bit. It can give you yellow eye. It
Yes,
can
it's
give you
thyroid related.
swelling,
Um, it's
yeah.
an overactive, but so too can the other hypo thyroid. Um, I suffer from thyroid issues as well, so you have to just be careful.
Yeah, and
But
I
in that
think it's
moment, you
because
have to
it
understand
is
the man in that the moment, man happy like
it's
peace.
treatable. It's treatable.
Yeah, he
You
will get
take
better.
and that's why some doctor says that he has to go and get treatment or else he can
Mhm.
die from it. Mhm.
So wait, he was arrested from 2011. The artist's real name, Adriana Palmer, was arrested in 2011, along with
Adija Palmer.
A. Palmer.
Yes,
Was
something like
arrested in 2011 along with 3 other men for the murder of their associate, Clive Lizard Williams, whose body was never found. In 2014, Palmer was sentenced to 35 years in prison, later reduced on appeal to 32 and a half. What a harassment.
that.
Palmer
Because he
maintained,
was already in prison for 2.5 years.
okay, so he was arrested in 2011.
Mhm.
Okay. Palmer maintained his innocence and further appeals were launched against his conviction. In March, the case was heard in the UK and it is outlining all of that. And this again is coming from the Guardian. Me like read the foreign newspaper them because I find that them write with a little bit more research in them production. Them write with a little bit more purpose. Then me don't know.
So here's Paul asking, so what about the victim and their families?
But they're not finding victim.
They didn't find any guilt with him. But the victim, she actually meant the victim family, right? So it's saying that he's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
The ruling here says that he's innocent. So the police need to go find work if they want to find who the real killer is, it's not Kartel.
All right.
Right?
Leave this one alone. Paulette, we don't know nothing about the victim and the family, my dear. We can only pray for them, whoever the victims are and whoever the family members are. We
Yeah.
can only offer our prayers and wait that God in His own time will cause people to come to greater understanding. Make we left it there, so. Juliet Rose says, good morning to you all. Dr. Diana, mom is doing the best she can, and thanks for asking.
Excellent.
Yes, we must
Excellent.
always remember to give
I
her
know.
all love.
Yeah,
Tell
man.
her that we're thinking of her, we pray for her.
Nice to hear that. Very nice to hear that.
Getting a sneeze. Sorry.
You know, there is a new drug that came out probably 2 weeks ago
New drug?
for people with dementia. They said that,
Oh,
yeah, it's
they're
pretty
testing
expensive.
it or it's released officially.
It's released, but I don't know that it's you can afford it. You have to go sell your house and land for 1 month of it, but they say it's out. I'm sure she knows that. So the only thing I'm saying that is because there's hope. You know.
Hmm. Here, Lana, no. Lana said we have a tech time talk. Even our great grandchildren will owe Cartel and his friends. I
It's
wonder
true.
when this. I wonder when this.
It's true because the Privy Council set a standard that caused our justice system to to turn up a little bit. Because remember, he already went through the appeals process in Jamaica, and from the appeals to the Privy Council. And now the Privy Council pushed back. So that same appeals court that made the decision to continue to allow them to be in prison now have to turn up and take check on themselves and say, what's going on here? Let me look at the case little. So the people who are benefiting from this are poor people and people in the future. And that's because our constitution has to be the standard by which our laws are kept, are upheld.
Say that again, Leo.
We can't remember what I said a while
So
ago.
that you say the constitution has to be the standard by which our laws are upheld. That make me
Yeah,
laugh. Just say
yeah.
it, make me laugh.
Because
Just say it,
because
make me laugh.
because the same constitution that we use to continue the appeals court, send him to prison, is the same constitution the Privy Council used to push back on the case. So the beneficiaries are the people who are the poor people who don't have the money, like when you the guy named Adidja Palmer. Poor people who don't have the money like Adidja Palmer to fight the case from the Supreme Court to the appellate court to the Privy Council back to the Supreme Court. I mean, they don't have the money for that. But I think now that you're going to find people who are that the justices are a little bit more careful in looking at the evidence that's presented to them, looking at the overall case, and because two guys, what you don't know is that 3 weeks ago, the appellate court, for the same reason that they released, almost the same reason, but not exactly, but for almost the same reason that they released Vybz Kartel, released two other guys who sat in prison for more than
The
14
same
years.
period.
Yes. And so the fact is, now they're looking at it a little bit with more depth, with a bit more care, and they're not just taking it just because I'm pushing it forward. Right? Because people should not be in prison if they were not proven guilty fairly. So good point, Lana.
All right, my left Cartel. We wait for dance because we're gonna bother go no further. Lana said, yes, Lana, no, all I go we owe and fi pay that the money through with teeth. Juliet said, I saw the Mr. Leo expensive to its name.
What?
Expensive is its name. Expensive, I saw.
Oh, okay. The case.
Yes.
Is that what she's talking about?
Paulette, she a long fair tongue and a laugh. She don't say she not come back down here come pay no tax. She say, and the pound no own enough for me money. All I would over in the diaspora say no for no money, and me I say, boy, I never had no money already, and look how me I forgot pay more
No
money.
man, they use the $2 billion that we get back from the diaspora to go through to pay for.
Well, I guess we send more money come. That's all.
We're going to improve it to $3 billion.
When I said more money come, we devalue dollar a little bit more, so when we convert, we get far more than what we used to get. Anyway, we could live Vybz. We're happy that you're out. We wish you all the best. We look forward to your getting your visa and going to America, so those in the diaspora can have concert.
Have mercy.
And when the concert bus out here, I hope I'll be able to afford it. And
would you get back in visa America?
Yes.
And would you have a series of concerts in America?
Yes.
And then you might go to Canada.
You might come to Canada to live?
Yes, you might go to Canada to, yeah.
Yes, boss will like magic kite.
So I guess, going to prison, you still have hope.
Yes, but it depends. Some people look like they have hope. Some people not get none.
If you don't have anything to contribute to society, then
that's not true. Everybody have something to contribute to society.
Course.
You can take that to task. Everybody have something.
I'm saying that for because Buju, some people think that Buju have a lot to contribute to society, and so that they then give him back in visa. How much are we? How much are we can say why we got a prison and the American government will give it back with visa? That's not easy. That's not an easy chore. In come out in 2018, 5 years later, because generally you have to wait for 10 years.
Oh, all right. So there's hope. So all them people who get deported and all of that who come and making themselves valuable to society, them can get back them visa then. Hello?
There's hope.
Oh, okay.
Lord Diana, Jesus.
You know what, every camera stop work.
There's hope.
Juliet Rose says the drug for dementia. I think she wants to hear a little bit more about it.
Okay.
We'd have to ask Dr. Angela if she could probably come on and talk about it. If you send her a note and see if she's available, she can join the conversation.
I don't know if she knows about it. I just heard it on the news recently. You can go do a Google search on it.
All right, Juliet, we will look into it. And we did speak about the whole dementia issue. Dr. Angela Wright had joined the conversation for, so we'd probably call somebody to talk about it. Probably could ask the people from University of Miami, to come in one morning and talk for a few minutes. But we definitely going to look into this dementia. I'm concerned about it because family out there need to know. Lorna says, I just wonder why they use the mode of transportation to leave the Tower Street institution.
Oh my God. Did you see that? It's the longest stretch limo me ever seen in my life.
Oh, is that stretch limo?
What? It's a Hummer. It's a Hummer.
It's a Hummer. Oh, Hummer stretch.
It's a Hummer, a stretch. No, it's a stretch Hummer.
It's long.
It's long. Not even the rig them, not even the truck rig.
We should roll them in the drive van because I like truck.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it wasn't a truck. The rig, like a limo like that, because I think that you'll start seeing truck limos, with these long big trucks. You should start see that. It was.
There's probably one that it probably on a truck base to make it long enough.
And guess what? Me here say is Perry's. It's Perry's, which is a what you may call it.
So what are they? Entertainment company?
Me here say Perry's is a dead yard thing.
Oh really?
Me don't know for sure.
Is a funeral home named Perry's?
I don't know. I can't imagine.
In fact, I know Paris to be a place where you go to buy hotel supplies.
Okay, so it might not be there.
Paris Funeral Home.
That's me understand. Yeah, but if that's so, Paris will get enough more business from today.
Paris boss for now.
It mark big Paris at the back of the thing. We need to back up to come to Tower Street. So I don't know for sure. That was
Perez
just
funeral home.
some gossip me that
See the
listen.
limo here for Troop and Perez.
Exactly. All right. So me I tell you. Yeah, not me I tell you.
But at the Perez did carry Uri because see one video here with Uri upon it. Uri,
I
hey,
was
and
not.
on one day
I
have
was
a
not suggesting that they thought that
no,
that
this was old video when with Uri's the funeral. And so on the side of it, it says Daddy Uri. Two lemon, no one, two.
oh,
So what said
so
Daddy
Lana says it's a funeral home train limo. Yes, it's a train limo they call it. Thank you so much,
or the one Lana she the on top of everything. So what does she? Yeah. Yes. Carly, let me catch up right as I know. Arlene said Cartel make a whole album in a jail. Him no need money from we. He make two by the time he come out he drop. Yes, me change my name. Hope him appreciate it. Who Lorna says, okay, it's a funeral train. I saw it on the news, but also the price will kill me. Oh, you saw the medication, but the price of the medication. Okay. So they
yeah,
don't have like trial. Okay, it's for real now. So it's not trial anymore.
trial gone already. But it was amazing to see that thing come up. But I don't think he's in. Well, I know that he's not in good health because they actually used that as one of the prosecution did not counter bringing a counter argument to the fact that he was ill and would
Mhm.
not be able to stand up to another lengthy trial like that anymore. So and the government don't want to be the one to cause somebody to die during a court hearing. So
Mhm. Mhm.
these
Kind
things
of
are
things stack up. Yes.
yeah yeah
You have to balance all of those things. But interesting conversation, emancipation. Him can celebrate, truly celebrate emancipation on August 1 with his family and celebrate independence as well. We're
because you
looking
know,
into 60 years, 60 what? We're how much now? 60 tone,
62.
62.
Mhm.
Mm. Well, go on, we will look yourself. What are you going to do?
62 years is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I know that we're looking at the constitutional reform,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you know most countries, and I don't know if we have any such thing as as amendment,
Mm-hmm.
but we look at most countries that has a constitution. America, for example, its constitution is more than 360 years,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they took time to sit down and come up with a constitution that mattered.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember back in 2011, I think it was 2010, there was a charter, human rights charter that amended our constitution in Jamaica. And I don't see any reason, one, for us going through an entire constitutional reform that's going to change how we have operated for the past 62 years. It's only 62 years. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see any reason why we cannot amend our constitution or bring in charters that's going to change or to bring it forward. Um, there are like I think it's like 18 amendments to the United States Constitution that change how people relate to each other, how law enforcement supposed to relate to it, and so it can be amended, and I don't know why we are going to an overall thing because I think that I was listening to former President Bruce Golding, a few days ago, and
A prime minister and a president.
former Prime Minister, Lord of mercy, former Prime Minister
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Golding the other day, and I was riveted to the conversation. It was such a refreshing look at constitutional reform, and he said in 1995 there was this group that came together, sat down and reviewed the existing constitution and put forward I remember if it's a reform or an amendment, but whatever it is, when I listened to what the contents of that 1995, I said to myself, why are we going to start something brand new rather than just go into that 1995 activity and refresh some things in it. I don't understand why we're going through this Ola Baloo, and it just don't make any sense. It don't make any sense at all to me. But
Hey, me not go carry you gonna further upon it. So it no make
yeah,
no sense to you, no make no sense. And
yeah,
we still endure it because them have a whole department that is set up. But
I
you
know.
know, sometimes when you've pushed the envelope on certain things for so long, and you're not getting anywhere, you figure that the best solution for it is just to change it. Just change
Mm,
it so that you don't have no it don't oppose or block whatever it is that you want to do. My contention with the constitutional whatever is happening is that is you must change all aspects of it. And against the background of such as which is your last court of appeal, if you're going to change it, then make the Caribbean Court of Justice be your last and final court. You're saying in this constitution that you're doing away with the king and you're doing away with England.
no, not in this one. They're not in this
Also,
reform.
not in this reform,
Right.
but this is a position that has been long advocated for.
Yes. Yes.
And if you're going to do this reform, so this reform not changing the structure, the leadership of the country, then
It is not changing the apex um, organization that's responsible for the final appeals.
all right. So is it changing? Is it removing the governor general?
Yes, it is
So it's
removing
removing the
the
governor
governor
general,
general,
which in
but it's
essence you're
still
saying you're
keeping.
removing England.
No, it's the
Oh,
who,
hold on, hold on.
the person who's still going to be there is still going to be reporting to England
So
based
you're going
on
just
this
so you're
particular.
just going to make the hold on. So you're just going to make the president, the governor general, the president.
Yes, yes, it's just going to make it change the name from governor general to president, and then the
But
president will still be um the
it's just
formal.
semantics. So
Yeah, 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 yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
semantics then.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
you're
it
telling
just
people say do away with the governor general.
yeah, but that's all. It's still there. It's still there. So the
All right,
name of the
right.
governor general is
That is another
changed.
argument for another day. Me not go argue
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, and it's
Juliet
kind
Lowe.
of
Hmm?
mm, it's kind of unfortunate that we not if we're going to change the constitution, it doesn't mean that you change the name. It means that you change the constitution to match whatever your society requires now, and it's been going on for the longest time to remove the head because according to Bruce Golding, the the P the we call it PC the what the PC is again, the Privy Council is not an embedded thing to our constitution. It means that they can the Privy Council can file a motion to their parliament and say we want to get rid of Jamaica, and then they're gone, and then Jamaica gone, and then what we all do? We'll run
Then we just go
England.
America and just turn one American. Ask
Yeah,
America
because
if just take away and
he
we just
says that
everything great.
the Privy Council can move anytime. It
Mm,
can choose to move anytime because that's the way it was written. Because it
mm.
was set up to be a somewhat of a not a permanent fix. It was set up to be temporary until Jamaica finds its own court of justice,
All right.
right? And so
All
yeah,
right. Well, neither of us are attorneys and neither of us
no,
familiar with it. So I just leaving
no,
it right there. I don't have
no.
no comment on it.
I'm
Um,
just quoting what my
yes.
understanding of what the
Arlene
ruling.
Jackson says him could afford to do that because him have the money for the limousine.
That very money.
Um,
I don't
the
think the
money for the
limousine
limousine.
came. Yeah, the
Um,
limousine come free. It was an advertising piece.
well, we don't know about that, Leo. You know, the definitely know. So you can afford it either which way. Michael
Absolutely.
Tomlinson says, does cartel case put a black mark against Jamaica's justice system internationally? You might ask some deep question, but
I
we can't
don't think
answer
it
you.
put a black mark, but it did draw some questions because I still feel like our lawyers are very good lawyers and they can match up against all lawyers across the world. I believe that they're very deep, and I really enjoyed that session. Oh, they at their
What
best,
session?
the session where the ruling that they made on Cartel a couple of
Right,
days
but
ago.
he's asking whether or not there's a black mark. The whole case is a black mark against our justice system.
I think probably to England the way they push back, but not the world. But the thing is, I think it brought open our eyes to what is really there, and what we as a country should do to make sure that justice is served forward from here forth. And I
Okay.
think that's what, it's not a block, it's not a blotch or anything. It's just something that we need to take note of and
Well, Michael, good question. I don't think that there's any black mark against Jamaica's justice system internationally because of Cartel's case. I think what it has done is raise some issues that our justice system needs to look at to ensure that justice is being administered.
Right.
And I think also that it opens an opportunity for some existing cases to be looked at intentionally or deliberately or differently, know that this case has come to
Absolutely.
light.
And the Rasta child, you remember the 2018 Rasta kid, where the school says, you know, you're not you're not going by the school code, where you know, you have to cut your hair because it have lice in it and everything. Remember that case there?
Mm.
Yeah, and the justices came a couple of weeks ago and said that is unconstitutional for the school to have rejected the child. Though it's been 5 years and the child has moved on already and thing, but for the future, you can't take somebody's hair because them are Rasta, and you know. But the Constitution was looked at and balanced, and the decision was proper than more proper than it was in 2018 when it went to the court. So
Michael,
yes,
Tomlinson said, "Do you think Carter would have been freed if the Court of Appeal had the final say?" I think it's yes, it would, because it would, if it had been if it had gone directly to them, it probably would. It probably don't. We
I
can't sit
think
here and
I,
speculate about it, and it's a waste of time to go speculate on it, Michael.
yeah, but it's a good question, though. You know,
Yeah,
it's
but I
an
don't think it's a
absolutely good
question for us.
question.
It's something for us to think about, and we can say, "Ah, Michael, make us think about that."
Well, we can opine on it
All
just
right, go
because.
ahead. You can go ahead.
Yeah, we can opine because if you think about it, some people think that the appeals court that just made the ruling last week, that there was something political about the decision that they made in 2020, right? But now they come back and make the right decision to release him, because it was the same evidence that was presented at the appellate court in 2020, that the same evidence went to the Privy Council in 2024, that got pushed back. So therefore, now the Privy Council pushes back on that, on the same evidence, and the appeals court make a different decision that it made in 2020. So it's a good question as to, okay, what would have caused the appeals court to allow the case to stand in 2020, but now push back on it on 2024? That's excellent question.
Yeah, Michael, and I went to chat one. We asked an attorney and get an opinion. Lorna says, "I have a problem with the way they plan to appoint the president and not vote for the president." I think a lot of people perhaps feel that way on it too, but what we're going to do, my dear? Um,
I think that they're going to allow. I think I think the prime minister, and I may be wrong here, but the prime minister will appoint the president when they get into office on this new thing. But the prime minister will be voted, will be elected by the people and not by the parliament. That's the difference.
I thought there's an agreement that the opposition and the prime and the prime and
So,
the
yes.
parliament would appoint the president, agree
They
and appoint,
agree to, yes, but yes.
and not just simply them unilaterally
Yeah,
doing
there's a lot of
it. Sure.
ins and outs on that I don't know for sure, and I can't comment on it because I don't. It is a it's a and I think that you should listen to former Prime Minister Bruce Golding. Go to your Google and find that 2 hour, 2.5 hour long presentation. It's really detailed. If you really want to know about how the justice is going to be based on today and what the proposal is and so forth, trust me, you'll be enlightened in a big way.
All right. Lorna says that they lost every constitutional case they brought before the court. So I suppose that's why them taking care of things. Somebody suggesting that is somebody to take care. I think is Lizard or something like that. Juliet says, look at the difference in who is at the head of the DPP and who is there now. Miss Juliet, we can only observe. I can't comment on that one.
Laura, we have to be very careful about
Um,
who they are. You said what you say? She said uh, something that we lost every constitutional case. I think what you're hearing is that the People's National Party is saying that the government, the existing government, has lost so much constitutional case, which is correct. But you can't just say flatly that because there was a government before and we don't know what took place.
No, but she talked truth. She said you can't say she must watch what she said, but you tell her say it's true. Is either them lose it or they never lose it. If you go all the time, people contend that this is an infraction on the constitution, and you go to the court and you lose, then that is the data you've lost
Well,
it.
well, what I'm saying is that it was the People's National Party in power in 2014 when the preliminary case
No,
on
but you're
on
saying, but
yeah
I don't
and
believe
no
she's talking about this particular matter. She's saying that all the other matters that have been deemed an infringement
in the
on the
past 8 years.
Constitution
Yeah,
has been lost. And
yeah, yeah.
I think I hear in the garbage truck, and I need to go put out my garbage because I don't have nobody here to to put out the garbage.
Oh,
So
that's actually nice to hear that the garbage truck is coming, right? Because generally garbage is a problem in Jamaica, yeah. But
when me tell me there, I don't know who them afraid that in about me. I tell you really, just say every week for my garbage get pick up.
it's got right.
Let me tell you,
Oh,
we
let me
have
tell you
no
something. Me
garbage a
pass
pile up
through
there.
Kingston and me
Eh.
see some garbage on the road. Me say to myself, say, this cannot be the Kingston when we know of before, So it's nice to hear. It's very nice to hear. Now, what my caution was when you say government, I think you actually mean the current government, Lord, and the current government, but not government in general, because they did win other cases back in the past too. So, well, you want to get your garbage and I can continue the
No,
conversation.
no, me hear them a come, but me then I reach.
Oh, then the region. He said,
Yeah,
me never see the use for GG except Florizel Glasspool, who had an eye for all kinds of beauty, horticulture, and pageant. I think, I
hear
think,
them, they know, hear them, they know. Wait, I hope me. Why, hear them, they know.
all of the governor, all of the governor generals, them have their own pain and them and pleasure, right? Because I think Howard Cook also did a pretty good job. Ken Hall did a pretty good job. They all have their own pieces. This current Governor General has a nice, his pain and his pleasure just the same way. And we just have to give them props. The one thing that I know about history, right, is that history has a tendency to look at the benefits of our leaders more so unless the 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 bad part of their work was so obvious, right? It was public, and then they go down in history as a bad person, that kind of thing. But if you look at Michael Manley, some people you talk to some people are the worst prime minister in the world, in a Jamaica, and some people will say no, Siaga the worst, right? And some people will say no, Bustamante in him are the worst because he do this and he do that and so forth. So, but if you look at history, if you go down to, for example, the place where the heroes, national heroes, and you read all of the good things Bustamante and Norman Manley and Michael Manley, all of these guys did for our country, they now go put the bad part them. They now go put the bad part them at all. You will only see the good that they do, right? And you say, "Oh my God, what a good man! Oh my God, what a good man!" This and this and this cartel case is going to be the case from which standards will be drawn in the future. One of the things that I like about our country is that we go back into history to look at and draw references from other cases, and that's what they did with the cartel case. So cartel case is going to be one of those cases where justices are going to refer to, just like the O.J. Simpson case in America. They're going to use it as a standard by which future trials and future cases are, are judged. I believe all leaders did good and also made mistakes. That's from Paulette. Look at the difference is who is at the head of the DPP and who's at. And listen, I don't think that many of us had a problem with Paula Lowe, because she's been in office from 2008, I think, from 2008 until this year, and I think that a lot of questions were drawn about her probably in the past 6 years, 6 to 7 years, but I guess before that she did justice in her position. So, and well, in thoughts, in people's thoughts, some people would say, where she come from, but she's been there for 16, 20 years. No, that's that. 16 years, right? So we shouldn't judge by just what has happened recently, but judge by the overall picture. It's uh, Michael Thompson. Let's not forget cartel case as an international following. And not just a following. Yeah, well, you can say a following, but the case is international, and other countries are going to look at it and say, hey, now what are the things that we can draw from this? Not one. I think the one big thing that I see that they can draw from it is our appellate system, our appellate decision, not the system, but the decision. I think they can draw from that decision that was made 2020 on our appellate system. It has to go to the Privy Council and then come back to the same appellate courts. I think that's going to be a big thing in the future. People are going to not want to have a court case where a decision is made, the original court case, where the decision is made so that appeals can push back on it. Because this is a big thing, Millions of dollars were spent on the first case. Millions of dollars were spent on the appeals case. Probably billions of dollars were spent on the Privy Council case, and then come back now all clear, cartel free. So this is going to be a standard for everybody in the Caribbean, at least, to look at to see whether or not their case, the original case, is going to be pushed back on because you can't just roll through. It can't be that you just
No,
roll through.
guys,
Yeah?
we had a cartel case now.
Okay, but you can't say that though, Diana, because this is obviously something are still asking questions and talking about. It's something that with that the implication and why the implication is that the Caribbean can look at this case and say, how do we judge from this forward? It's a very important.
But not just the Caribbean, but how we internally must look at other cases that we have in the pipeline or in train to say, well, what do we need to fix to ensure that we don't have this hurdle too.
And I'm already saying that they have already fixed
Okay.
some things. They fixed the case with the here, right? They fixed the two cases, the two murder cases that just got rid of the two guys who were charged for murder, and they released them. So it's important that the implications are wide and broad, and the Caribbean is a region that's going to use this case as a conclusive type of thing. Amen. All right. So I think let's not forget Carter's case. I think we can wrap up on this case, Diana and the rest of the people. So Karen Frey, good morning again. Traveling, she's on the road. Connection. Happy weekend. Okay. Thank you, Karen Frey. Says she's out of the country, and so she's having bad signals.
Oh no, where she gone? She can't there Jamaica for we have good connection. Um,
So you catch your trash truck?
yes, I catch a garbage truck, but let me tell you, You know, mother always say everything in its, there's a place for everything and everything in its place. Could I find the door key for the grill? So,
Then I almost left.
so they may have to kind of do a mental retrace and say, might have left it at the other door. So let me go around there and find it. Lo and behold,
Hmm.
it's around there. But if I did follow my mother rule in a place where everything is placed, it would have been hanging right next to the front door. But anyway,
So let me ask you, did a little question about your mentality, your ability to think, did that come up in your mind because you said to yourself, say, just Christ, I wonder.
no, no, me never question my ability. Me never question my ability to recall anything. Me never question whether or not me sane or insane. Me just say, where me put the key now? It never even crossed my mind for things that's anything wrong with me. You lucky me never say, who move a key?
I have a friend who cuss out in family, who don't take
Yeah.
the cup, who don't thief the cup, who don't take the
Mhm.
cup and thief. And you know, couple of weeks later, you find the cup in a car.
Him say one left in that car. Oh God, that was a question for me. One day, Joe no come this week. No Joe, Mr. Joe no there. No Joe of no kind no there. So me one, so nobody could have moved it. I'd be do. Oh
Oh,
God.
God.
So,
These things are play on your mind like crazy, but it does play on your mind crazy.
mhm.
All right,
So
so
good.
let me see if I can find men's 100 meter. Here is oblique. No, that is
No, me want to see the other people them. Them run already.
which
Arlene said, who win the festival song contest? Which festival song contest you talk about, Arlene? You gone already? We don't know. Is a girl who vision impaired. Is she win the festival song or was it gospel song?
no the her name is Kenneth
There's a girl who is got who is
she's blind.
um
She's
emo-
blind.
sight impaired.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I
I
think
know
she win the
some
festival
people say
song.
that some you know we have a there's a difference in how and I you know I had a presentation done a couple of years ago where I asked the persons, you know, what do I refer to you as? He was the president of the deaf
Yeah.
organization in Jamaica. You know,
Mm-hmm.
do I say
Hearing impaired.
hearing impaired? They said no, they don't like that. They say we are
Call
deaf.
them deaf.
It says we are deaf. And I talked to somebody before about blind after that, and he says no, we are blind. So it all depends on who you're talking to, you know, because I don't know what the standard is, so I don't know what to say, um, but I know that logically, I spoke with this lady who won the thing one day, who won the festival competition, and I asked her, "How do I refer to you?" She says, "I am blind, Leo. I am blind."
Hmm. So it's a blind lady win then. I
Yes.
don't Ali nobody ask you what the song say for I don't know. The only festival song I remember clearly is the one where say Uncle Benji down a race course, a thief was gone, na 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 na, wife and picnic, gone abroad, left him all alone. I love that one and it will forever be etched in my mind. Wondering what kind of festival could I make him birthday when I drop revolution in the yard. Sinners weep on moon. It's safe. Hey, Ali, you remember that one there?
Okay.
Um,
Okay, what's her name? Shelly Ann came in second in her heat.
yeah, we did see that.
I don't know if we showed this one, so let me play it a little bit here.
This is not Shelly Ann.
That was Shelly. You can see that she slowed down probably about 70 meters in there because yeah, tell her who, what's her name?
Lou Smith.
Uh, Talu was
Uh-huh.
ahead by a few feet, but then she figured that hey, listen, the second place is going to make it anyway, and she won
Yeah,
it.
now if I stress out myself, I know.
Yeah.
What's her name? That girl Clayton, Tia Clayton, ran a good
Yeah,
race as well.
yeah,
She was,
yes.
for me, was really good and for a first time turn up at the Olympics. Look at them, recent country girl. But I really proud of her.
But
Let me
in
hold
2008.
on. Let me just catch up with some comments. Arlene was asking who when we saw that out is a blind girl. Paulette Chambers, she a laugh. You're on about senior moment, Dr. D, and a laugh. But let me tell her something. Say, I hope it means that you have to be senior to have those moments. You're going with yourself.
That sounds like a personal comment.
I think it was a little bit directed at me, Leo. So I'm going to take it in the same vein, but make sure go on. I will catch up on another one. See that then she wants to say Cherry Oh Baby was fair festival song. Yes, what was your festival song, Leo? Jessica Smith is clapping me for singing. Thank you very much, Jessica. You're a brave one. Jessie. Lana says, Dr. Dianna, what about Cherry Oh Baby? Yeah, that I feel song about Cherry Oh Baby, no? Make Leo sing it.
My favorite festival song was done by same Eric Donaldson in 1978. It made me feel every time you hear it, the blood just goes through because it's so.
Which song?
It's a 1978 festival song. Let me find it.
What name? Maybe Lana said it not look like Olympics without Elaine. I see him, so me said to me not feel no vibes for nothing without Elaine. And Sherika does run one race. So me just go on, make them go on. Arlene says Stanley and the turbines. You see how she out there wind up.
Come with jam.
Wind up. So she like
come with jam.
Yes, come with jam.
Eric Donaldson.
What list?
I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find festival song. I don't remember what it's called. See if I can find. But yeah, Eric Donaldson was one of the big guys. But I also like the 1969 song.
No, actually, how we must know them the song. They have to tell we name I song them.
Pumps and Pride. And
that's the one about 11 Step. Or that was not a festival song?
That didn't win,
What didn't
win?
Go
climb up 11 steps and
yes.
Yeah, that did not win.
But that was a nice song. I like it.
Yeah, but it was an Eric Donaldson song back in when Toots beat him.
Oh, Toots beat him.
We go find that 11 step and something. So somebody can sing it for me, please. Me remember how I go.
Okay, I'm here talk about and I call me somebody big singer like me. I call me somebody sing it for me, please.
Listen, I'm not even gonna go there with that. Just leave that alone, okay? Leave that alone. Leave that alone. All right. Let me see if this is the song.
11 Step. Where the song go?
Blue Boot. The song is called Blue Boot.
So it wasn't a festival song.
It was a festival song, but it didn't win.
I grew up hearing that song, and I liked it. I thought it was some in my head. It sounded festival-y.
Yeah, it was a festival song, but it did not win.
It was in the competition.
It came in second, actually. It's called Blue Boot. With Eric Donaldson. I can't find it. Land of My Birth. This is the land of my birth. You know what that song is? That's my favorite festival song.
No, sir.
You don't know it?
Me like Uncle Benji. In a yard, sit down on a stone. No. Wife and picnic gone abroad. Left him all alone. Wondering what kind of festival.
This is the land of my birth.
All right, that's the song that I like best.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
This is Jamaica, my Jamaica, the land of my birth.
Yeah.
Stop for a minute. Let me see if I can find the words for it. Lyrics for land of my birth. And I'm gonna say
Find Blue Boot, Leo.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. But let me find for
Paulette says she don't know that one that I'm talking. Look here, Paulette, go sit down. You mean
because it didn't win. I'm telling you.
No, my song that I'm talking about won.
Oh yeah, the 1974. Yeah. But listen to the poem. This is the land of my birth. This is the land of my birth. I said, this is Jamaica, my Jamaica, land of my birth. I will never leave her shores. I will never run away. I will always believe in the black, the green, and the gold. I say, all nations greater for all trials. We must face the test of time. that our people, they are strong and we are going to get along. For some people, we say poor, but the progress you make, my friend, is not always how rich you are. This is the land. It's great poetry.
The
Let us,
composition was brilliant.
yeah, man, let us stop for a minute, count our blessings one by one. We
That
should
them the lyrics in that the song that could have make 4 songs.
four songs. Yeah, man. We should never be disloyal, but stand up and be strong. My Jamaica is a beautiful island. She's a crown of the Caribbean Sea, and our people there are free. No oppressions here to see. With the,
Amen.
with
Right,
the
that's too
prettiest,
early.
listen to this, with the prettiest women there be, and the hills and the plains and the rivers and the valleys always make the beach, always going to the beach. Beautiful. I
We
mean,
can't go a beach. That before we could have go a beach. Them in them
yeah,
the
because true to Regal. Miss Tourist, Mr. Tourist, leave your land and come. Tarry here for a while and we'll bathe in the warm sun. We will share a lot with you. Our people there are true. Are true that? They will want to be with you. They will love, they will
love
help,
money.
they will give. If you wish, my friend, you can live. You will be a happier one in the land of the rising sun. That to me is the best lyrics for a festival song. Absolutely. No fun about it. Just great lyrics.
Ooh, lyrics.
Lyrics.
Play it now, make we hear it now.
No, we can't play it on the show because they more block the show. But I'm just saying, you know, it's very, very lyrical. The content is great. Paulette says, yes, I love land of my birth. I don't know. Okay, let me find the Blue Boot song. I
All
don't know
right.
if it's there.
But if you, she says she like Clayton, but she not like how she lean forward. Then she must lean forward so she can touch it tape quick. Lorna. Paulette says, I don't know Blue Boot. You don't know Blue Boot?
All right, so me
Where
say
you
we
come
can
from?
sing Blue Boot feel. Eric Dallas.
Paulette says, yes, I love Land of My Birth.
Yeah, man.
Jesse said, Leo, I like that one too, even though I had left Jamaica at that time. She liked that one that you like, Leo.
Oh yeah,
Anna
it's
says,
absolutely great.
we lie, we left the shore.
Oh, the one was Jamaicans are true. What true that?
Eh?
It says in part of it says Jamaicans are true. They want to be with you.
Eh, we true won't be with you if you have enough money.
Jesus Christ. Oh, all right. So let me see if the Blue Boot. Let's see if we can play the Blue Boot. Just a small piece of it, all right?
Yeah, so then people them both don't know Blue Boot. So
Hold on, let's see if we can find it.
I lost my Facebook stream over there.
All right, so it's gonna come. We can find it.
You find the song? You must send me
Yeah,
the
I found
song.
it, I found it, yeah.
We can't find it. Hey.
If you think you know every leaflet about festivity, please don't you stifle your conscience from singing it cheerily.
I don't know one word.
Oh, just a tumble down.
Hey,
We
You
got
got
to
to
feel
feel
a
a
new
new
one.
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 Well, you got tumble down, girl. You got to feel a new one.
The rhythm bad, the
We got
rhythm
to
bad.
climb up 11 step because we know what's sitting under
Yeah,
that.
go look feet, man. Woo, the rhythm
So,
bad.
yeah,
Eh, oh,
it's really a nice song. A
rhythm
very, very
bad.
nice song, actually. But it didn't win. It didn't win at all.
Nice song, man. I look for Blue Boot. Me love the rhythm. The rhythm just bad. Make you want to get up and just
So
skank
the lyrics actually say, if you think, oops, where is it? Oh, I lost it there. Okay. If you think you know every leaflet about festivity, please don't you stifle your conscience. Come singing it merrily. Old dresser tumble down, we got to build a new one. Old dresser tumble down, we got to build a new one. got to sing it out, got to sing it all about. And every day you keep saying you couldn't tell it out, but you know a big pot. Figure while no bela goat. Me never understand that word there. And you know
I
a
must say,
blue
hold up.
boat, bela goat. Figure climb up 11 step, but you
It
know.
sound like you need a full
But you know
translation.
what? No old house come tumble down upon you.
Hey, me just love it. Hey,
And
oh,
then the second verse says, every day you keep saying you couldn't tell it out, but you know a big pot figure boy by. I mean, I understand that.
no, you can't even read this now, what do you,
Yeah,
man?
but if you tumble, yeah, it wasn't as lyrical as the 1970, but just as good, you know.
I think
But tell me what is Bela Goat?
I have no idea. I don't know the words of the song, and it don't matter to me. All I know, I love the rhythm and I love the blue boat. And
But
we not have no figure climb up
all
in heaven step. I mean, I know nothing
the
else
old
after that.
house come
I
tumble
love it.
down upon you.
I never even know is that them say. Um,
You go climb up the levels.
hey,
I mean, no one, no old house come tumble down upon you. But
I
if
never
you
heard that
tumble,
one before. The
that will be a new one. Old dresser. Me never. Me think he was saying if it tumble down, but he's saying it says old dresser tumble down.
you see
Old
that?
dresser tumble down, and you have to build a new one.
Ah, tech learning, Leo.
I
Tech learning.
I
Yeah,
have
what
been
all you say?
singing. I've been singing, but if you tumble down, because you say you don't want to always come tumble down, because the next verse is, but if you tumble down, but
Mhm.
the lyric says, old dresser tumble down. You have to build a new one. I understand.
Well, we not gonna understand. But tech learning, Arlene said Bella got mean you're craving.
But it says, Bela goat.
No,
See?
it's not because they probably translate it wrong. It's probably Bella got.
Yeah, because other songs say Bella goat. Bella.
Mm.
That means you got.
So them
Yeah.
have to boil big pot for Bella got.
So I'm a damn Bela goat.
Woo!
Oh
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Bela goat.
So let me ask you, the people in the diaspora now, Leo, like how festival come around. I want to feel now, I want to miss Jamaica at this time, or I want to miss him more at Christmas. When I
Hold
really,
on. When
really
you
miss
say
Jamaica.
Uno, are you speaking to me?
Oh
Are
no,
you speaking to people
when
not
I
me?
talk to people, I mean, I audience and you too. When
Audience.
you
Okay.
really miss Jamaica, Christmas time or Independence time, which time really sink in for you? When I don't miss we,
I'm gonna make
when
the
I
people
tell me,
answer, but to me, I don't think festival. I don't. The only time I miss festival is when I was, because not every year festival nice. I remember Bam Bam,
mm,
1966 song. I remember that very clearly. I remember the one about the one with Mr. Johnson or Miss Johnson, got wedding and stuff. I remember that's with I forgot the name of the singer. I remember that. I do remember the 1969 Pumps and Pride. I remember the 1971 Cherry O Baby. I do remember one of the most fun one was the one that you love with the 1974 festival song. Wait, name again? Sing it for me. The one there.
Uncle Benji,
See, in a yard, see don't
sit
pour
down
one
on a
stone,
stone, na na na
na.
na na na.
Him not
I
take the
completely
festival,
got
make the
abroad.
float them go on. Me never understand what I mean by float, okay? Me never know say float. Because rock best me come from, me never see float in my life. Me don't know what it
Ah,
make
let
the
me
float
laugh
them
up
go
up
on.
here.
When this aversion bust in my head, from I was born, what I could relate to. You never see so much people burn them finger fi eat roast can, because roast can all over rock all the time. You understand?
Okay, so you
People,
can identify that.
yeah, me know what that mean,
Okay.
right? But the singer was talking about Hero Circle. But me I
Mm.
talk about Rockabest. But everybody in Jamaica know what roast corn was. Like, it made a lot of sense to me. All right. So I know that song was jolly. I think that must have been the jolliest time for festival song for me, 1974.
Mm.
It stood as a standard of festival songs until 1978 when Land of This Bird come.
Okay. Let me read summertime in response to when you really miss Jamaica. Paulette says summertime, not really festival, but a mango she missing us. Just say a mango season. Lauren Dunkel here says Mark would say Christmas. He always talk about it all the time. Oh, so Mark is so. What about you, Lauren? When you miss, Mark love Christmas. What you miss? Arlene said me miss independence. Me always did a Christmas trying to escape the cold. Paulette said play the music. She loved that song. She loved that one. Juliet said Lorna says I miss Jamaican Christmas time. Me too old to miss festival. That are for the young people moving from party to party.
Right. In summer, we in our Rockabessa used to have street dance, and the whole community.
Christmas?
Eh?
Summer, okay, festival, yes.
Yeah, we used the whole community used to come out. We used to dress up.
Leo, did you
dance.
share the link on your Facebook site? Sorry.
Yeah, man, it's shared. It's
Okay.
it's already on there. And whomever is commenting here, they're commenting from my page and from Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was a glory moment, but it's just one night. One night. Christmas was much more fun for us because it's 30 days or 30 nights of celebration. It was good. So I miss that more than I miss something. I'm a Yankee in my family. My parents call that I'm first generation born in. Is that right?
Oh, you poor unfortunate
Miss sorry,
child.
you miss. Laura, miss sorry. So you
Oh.
miss what Jamaica was because we can tell you about Jamaica, the fun times. Your Easter. Let me tell you. Make we tell you. Easter Monday was a
No,
big
you have to
time.
go back. You have to go back to Good Friday for you have to do
Oh, you have to
the,
eat
the egg water something.
Yes, you have to do the Good Friday. Okay. Then, I don't miss the Sunday, but I miss the Monday beach because
Monday's beach
beach
day.
was, you have a whole heap of girls and guys from beach and them a show off. Then we never have no bathing suit, so then come in, the woman then come in shorts.
Yes, everybody has shoved their legs.
Everybody a show off then the knee. And
Everybody has shoved their
we
legs.
get with tube. But those days we used to have tube, your car tubes, them and we jump under the car tube and we flash ourselves around. It was fun, just being on the beach in Arakabesa. And then the next day was the May 23rd, which is Labor Day, where we would walk around and paint people house or clean their yard or whitewash and so forth. I'm doing this for Lorraine Dunkley, okay?
Because she don't know better.
The next big moment, if the festival songs were good, all of July we would sit down and wait for the festival songs them play on radio, and then we would sing along and we fuss about who going come first and who going come second. Most times we are disappointed on the night because the festival song where we expect say win no win, and so that was for summer the festival. But then the biggest thing was the dance. There are two dance, one the street dance and one down at the wharf. On whichever day July 6th fall upon, there's always a dance. And so those were the big times. The next big thing, we have to wait 6 months to get to Christmas. The first day of Christmas, we would open up with what they call Coney Island. And Coney Island would last for 30 days. What is Coney Island? We would at nights there's a what they call it a place where where you go up to do tree card, play bingo, play domino, or you.
So they didn't have rides over there when they said Coney Island. They don't have a ride.
No, it was just mostly money issues. Like we would go to win money. For example, there's a little pen, right? And on inside of the pen there is a table low, and they put oil all over the table, and they would put 25 cents, 50 cents, 10 cents, penny, and then you buy rings and you show the rings, and anything that a ring cover you get, that kind of thing.
Oh, so it's a game of chance.
A game of chance, yeah. And so, but the ring You have to throw it good because remember the table oily. So if you throw it over there, you just slip off. You want it.
It's a general ship.
General ship.
Lauren says I visited my granny, etc., but didn't live in Jamaica. Hush, never mind. She's enjoying it. She says that sounds so nice. Arlene said, but when we check it out, Lord, no, we're no better than you. That was a song. Yeah, Arlene, that was a song. I remember that one. And they say it sounds so fun. That sounds like highway robbery and 3 card thing. Because if they're oily table, you throw the ring, it not going to stop. So 10 chance to 1, a thief them a thief you.
And then there's also during Christmas there's in the market they used to sell pie guns. They used to sell
water gun.
Water gun. They used to sell Starlight. We remember Starlight at Christmas. Everybody run down the street.
Down some people, too.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And Fifis and the
balloons.
The Scribs and the Giants. You know,
what's
they have
Scribs? Hold on, what's Scribs?
Scrib, SCRIBB, Scribs, which is the little firecracker.
Okay.
So the little fire, but they have the big ones. They call them the Giant, which is will have a big explosion. Not just the little Scribs. They will go pie. This one go boom. You know, it blew up and can hurt you. They actually stop those. But yeah, that's the fun for the entire year that I grew up around.
Wow, Arlene said no games and go-go. Leo, I can tell you.
Go-go?
Games and go-go, Christmas come. All right. Lorna said, Dr. Dianna sent me that clearly. Things done differently there. I agree with you.
Diana cannot say the same. She wasn't locked up in her fear house, so stop it, okay? You couldn't go nowhere. So she can't tell you what the fun was that she probably got church.
No, my fun was going home, cuddling up with a good book and watching whatever, reading to mommy and telling her whatever the story says. It's all right. Make Leo tell about him, I read scripts and I go make people TV money out of 3 card, man. And I throw a ring on all table. They can imagine
that one called Crown and Anchor. That one called Crown and Anchor. You remember the Crown and Anchor?
Right, so he rolled the dice and then put the dice in the cup, turn it over, make you put on all your money down there. Yeah, and I swear that them don't have some of those things on the dice that is on the board.
the dice can only land on one side.
No, but I swear that not all the markings that are on the board are on the dice.
Yes.
I swear them. So Arlene said Coney Island. She suggested they have go-go and games at Coney Island. I suppose go-go for the adult them. What you do over there?
Lorraine says, I wonder if it's still up that today. I don't think so.
No, me don't even go to the door much more for go at Coney Island.
When we pass through a little township that has any kind of activity going on.
Hold on. Arlene said Maypen Coney Island had go-go's. Where was our Coney Island, Arlene? What joke I make? But go on. Make Arlene tell me.
But the thing is, Diana never go away. Diana would have to be at church. When in Christmas night, Diana at church. Christmas Eve night.
But Arlene that church too. Arlene a Catholic, she that church too.
But I don't think it's happening the same way this year. I think more so it's music and food, right? Because I passed through Brownstone last year, Christmas. And the streets were packed with people.
I sell.
But hear the joke now. There's a DJ on one side of the street at one store. The opposite side of the street is another DJ.
We play same music.
Every store going down the line on both sides have a different DJ. So I don't know what to listen to. So if I want to listen to anything, I have to be right in front of that store listening to that particular DJ playing. Because there were like 8-10 DJs on each side of the street.
But that's like total confusion.
Total confusion.
So that's nice them I make.
All it is. That's
nice.
So
anyway, guys, our time running up on us is 10:50. We have 10 minutes, yes, and we don't talk about Camelot. We not talk about Camelot, Paris. The whole place does become Camelot. We not talk about the 210 million which she raised in July. We not talk about how Mr. Trump taking himself go a press conference with the journalists.
Black journalists.
where him say, is she Indian or not? You know, is she Indian or black?
That's a stupid man.
So
I,
I
I,
don't know, is she Indian or black? But you know what? I respect
she's from
either one.
Jamaica, so she can't be
It
black. That's what he
doesn't
said.
know
She's
because
from
she.
Jamaica, so because she can't be black. So Jamaica is not black.
But let me ask you something. Why is it that race is an issue? Anytime somebody of color step up, race becomes an issue. And them talk about race as if it's the only thing, whether we Indian or we black
Can
or we
define, can
that.
define, can
But
define them.
nothing defines whether somebody is white or not. You know? But when they step up to the table, it becomes a race issue. What is wrong? Why do we always have to talk about race? They have to talk about race. And yes, I'd say they because that's they who are talking
So what
about.
we need to say, if there's a white man in the race, we need to say, but him white. You're not supposed
Right.
to be. You know.
Exactly. Like we're supposed to say, but why is a white man here? And the other thing too is this comment that he made about taking away black jobs. Did you see how
I
Simone
heard.
Biles come out about it and I want to know whether or not she do her black work?
Exactly.
I said that girl them
I,
bright, that
I
girl them
think
bright.
that I
So chill.
think that he brought up the thing about whether she's Jamaican or and the birth certificate says, you know, mother Indian and father Jamaican.
Mhm.
And so my question to him is, what are Jamaicans, black or Indian or white?
I don't
He
know.
needs to.
But I
But
don't know that even need to be an issue, you know, Leo. Let me tell you, I think we just really need to focus on the major concern, get her elected, and we don't have to worry about it. We can work
well,
whether she Indian
well,
or
it
black.
is a concern
Uh-huh.
because he's speaking things that other people are probably thinking,
Uh-huh.
or and providing other ways in which people can become um, prejudiced and
Uh-huh.
biased, right,
Uh-huh.
and racist. Because
Mhm.
you know, if he's saying that you are black, that
Mhm.
means you're not African American, or
Mhm.
you're African American, you're not black, or you're Jamaican, you're not black. It's all foolishness. But
Mhm.
it gives people who want things to say about Kamala Harris, and not just Kamala, but
Mhm.
other people who want reasons to deny race, deny opportunities for
Mhm.
people of different race and different colors. So it's a problem.
I had in buck up on the wrong dopey when in the take them on over there so though because let me tell you, yeah, like he just says so many things that we sure he probably say he shouldn't have said.
Mm.
Kamala Harris makes history, reading from The Guardian, as whirlwind week upends US election. The telephone line was a little fuzzy and the voice at the end from gravelly from COVID thing, but Biden was there supporting his VP. She seemed to have had a good week and a good July, and we all will watch this one to see what happens next. Any birthday greeting, any wedding greetings, anybody having a party that we need to know of that we need to attend? Um, the 6th is Independence celebration here. We're going to have Denby show one day this year, not just a Monday, just the 6th, whatever day that is. That's the only day that they're having Denby show this year. Um, not very many mangoes around, and I suppose not very much in terms of agricultural produce. So probably that's why they're only doing one day of the agricultural show rather than the usual 4 days, 3 days of it.
Okay, let's wrap the show. Call me immediately after the show. Let's talk a little bit about this. I uh, there's some issues with our feed, but let's
The
talk about,
feed.
yeah, our feed
Oh,
here.
all
Oh,
right.
mm.
Anybody? Let me see. Birthday greetings or whatever else that we have um, on it. Wish everybody luck. We hope that Trump will have a better week this week. That his campaign will continue to make some traction because there's no fun if it one-sided. So he needs his supporters as much as we need. Other people need their supporters as well. So
All right, so it's nice to hear you guys. We'll catch you again next week. I'm gonna be on for the music name again, karaoke.
karaoke.
3 o'clock tomorrow evening, my time, 2 p.m. Jamaica time.
That's 2 o'clock Jamaica.
And
Okay.
if Dan wants to join us and sing a couple of songs,
No,
we'll be
time not
there.
going to be right for Diana.
But,
Diana barely come from church.
but we'll catch you again next week. Have a nice week, guys. Bye bye now.
All right, take care. Let me see how to leave this.